Good morning, everybody. We're on the 60th segment of the Think Before You Speak series, the laws of Shemirat Halashon with clarity, a few stories. Leilun Nishmat, the great Chafetz Chaim Zechet Tzadik L'Bracha. As well, Leilun Nishmat Luza Aliza Bat Henriette, our children that passed in the fire. Ruach Hashem Tenichena Began Eden. These halachot should be a great zechut for the cholim of Klal Yisrael, that we should hear Yeshuot. These halachot should be great zechut for our Bnei Chabura, Abane Chaim Zon Reviche. And as well, these halachot should be a great zechut for the Shemirat Elyona and the Siyata Dishmaya and the Hatzlacha of Chaim Davidon ben Chayei Sarah. Today's halachot, we're starting entitled Rechilot. These are the laws of Rechilot. So I'm sure over the years you heard so many different stories about people who said something that ended up stirring the pot between people. Let me explain what that means. Could you imagine, let's take a story where you come into shul one day and you meet a friend of yours that looks really upset. You say to him, hey, what's the matter? He says, nothing. He says, no, tell me, what's the deal? What's the matter? He says, okay, listen. I need a loan. I'm in a lot of debt. I just got to get out of this debt, and I'll be able to finally, get my head out of the water and start doing business again and start prospering again. It's just this debt never ends. I desperately need a loan. So the guy looks at him and says, so what's the problem? Come to me and I would give you the loan. He says, well, the truth is that's what's so hurtful, because I heard from another guy in shul that anytime people asked you for loans in the past, you absolutely were not willing to give a penny to anybody. And that's why I wouldn't even come to you. This guy told me that you would not lend a penny to no one, no matter what the situation is. Really? That guy told you that about me? That's Rechilot. By telling him what you just told him, you create an animosity between him and the person that you claim told you information about him. And now there's going to be hard feelings between these two people. By speaking and telling over to someone about someone else's feelings of what they might have said about him or what they might have did to him is a situation that creates animosity between two people. That's the prohibition of Rechilot. And therefore, anytime you say anything that might bring hard feelings between people, whether it be that you're saying over that someone did something wrong, or whether you're saying that someone said something against you, you already violated the Isur of Rechilot. And this Isur is actually transgressing many different lotas, says in the Torah. Rechilot brings to bloodshed, because by speaking and stirring the pot between people and getting people to hate other people, it brings to violence. This Avera brings to a lot of bloodshed. And that's why the Torah says, Al ta'amod al dam re'echa. Don't speak Lashon Hara. Don't speak Rechilot. Like this, you don't stand by and watch the blood of your friend being spilled, because you might have created the hatred between them by something that you said. One to hate the other. And therefore, a person has to be careful. What do you tell people about what other people said? This is true even if you tell them something that is not something of negativity. Even if you tell to a friend that someone else said a certain thing that will get him upset, even if it's not a bad thing, that also is called Rechilot, because that will also create animosity between people. So basically what the Torah is telling us, whether you said over something good or bad, if it create bad feelings between people, that already violates Rechilot. Don't stir the pot between people and their feelings.